Lesson 1, the map. Reading and heading home. At this point, we could have flown anywhere, and now we have to find our way home. You could have been on a cross-country flight and returning from any direction. At this point, I'll assume we are in the Claremont practice area, to the east and a bit to the north, and we have exited the area to the south, announced our intentions, and will switch frequency to the city tower in preparation to go home. But not yet. Before we talk to the tower, we have to get the ATIS information, and we have to learn how to read our map to get home. In the intermediate course, we go in great detail about your map and all its symbols, and we even draw lines on it for cross-country flights. But here, basic recognition of landmarks on the ground and relate to them on the map. No lines, no calculations, just recognize where you are. Now, you could use your GPS and just find the lake, head there, and then find the airport and head there. It's too easy. If in real flight lessons, you don't use GPS until cross-country flights, and then you use them for backup to confirm you are where you think you are. Anything with portable batteries could conk out when you need them most. You need to learn pilotage and dead reckoning for basic knowledge of how to fly. And this is part of the challenge and the fun of flying. Look at your map along the coastline and find Bluffers Park. This is a collection of land masses on the water along the coastline of Lake Ontario. We passed it a few times in our previous lessons. This is a major landmark call-up point when communicating with the tower. Now look north of that to the town called Claremont. It's a very prominent little town with offset roads and a train track running through it. There's a bigger town called Stouffville up to the left or to the west. And Stouffville is another major call-up point when talking on the radio. And some of these things are denoted on your map. You can see a little symbol with a flag on it. If you look south or slightly southwest to the lake, you'll see Bluffers Park with a flag on it also as another call-up point. That's where we're headed. But we will turn at Highway 2 just before the coastline and follow that into the airport. Do you notice the dotted line heading both ways? One to follow Highway 2 into the airport and the other to follow the coastline over the water to the east, where you'll find Oshawa Airport. There can be lots of traffic sometimes between these two areas, so we separate it into two one-way streams. Now we want to be 2,000 feet over Highway 2 near Bluffers Park when we call the tower. They expect that. Next, we follow Highway 2 in toward the airport, and we would have clearance to enter the airspace. You can see a dotted line near the airspace, which is the Toronto City Centre control zone. You cannot enter a control zone without a clearance, or after declaring an emergency. Presuming we have been cleared to land, we will be proceeding to within a visibility of the runway for a straight-in approach, the way to land without using the circuit. We will learn about the circuit in the next module. We are in the control zone of our home airport. Save your flight so you can reset to this point for practicing. We're going to keep practicing approaches and land until we're good at it, all right? Once in the control zone, we need to do our pre-landing checklist, or even just outside it, before we start our descent. All right? This is to ensure all switches and gauges are what they should be before we get busy with the landing. Let's understand how to land, because we're going to be visually looking out the window. So we set everything first, and then we can concentrate out the window.